bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business, ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act, a bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit, okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy, I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, Jay. Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks, cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Step. If you a hating nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Get my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga, I get a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the bra on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit. Country for life in this bitch. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act, a bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy, I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, yeah. I'm like Block Boy, look alive, look alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the sky. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga gon' bust it down. Tryna count the money, damn homie, I done lost track of their mind. Turn me up, this that hot shit, it was kinda looking like a drought. I don't do this for the clout, bitch. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some bands on it. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it.
YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live. And listen, guys, this is a late night stream. I have the day off, so I said, why not? Let's go ahead and do a late night stream. Now, listen, I know a lot of people might not be in here, but that's okay. I still wanted to do this late night stream because this is what y'all going to see when I be able to convert fully to my craft as a YouTuber, right? As doing fantasy football. I'm going to be doing live streams all day, every day. That's what I'm going to be doing. So I thought we would chop it up. If there's a few people still up, we could talk about fantasy, whatever you want to talk about. And also, I'm just talking about some of the waiver wire claims. And also, I'm going to try to kill two birds. I'm going to talk about some of the guys that I've been on and been off because I don't run from anything. I see it in the comments. Sometimes I'll address too many of the comments that may be trolls, but I just want to be genuine. Sometimes trolls are good for what they do. They bring, you have to consider some of the things they're saying. You're not above reproach. So I want to talk about some of the things, especially with the Daniel Jones. Y'all know how I feel about Daniel Jones, but he's not playing good. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. This is cutting edge content, guys. Uh-oh. Okay, let me see who in the chat. Who's here? I got one of the members. Yes, Fantasy After Dark. That's probably what I'm going to start calling it, bro. That's probably what I'm going to call it. Fantasy After Dark. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you being here, Nifty. Always supporting the channel, bro. Always support. I really appreciate these guys. I really appreciate it. I don't even really know what to say to show you my appreciation for y'all supporting me. This has gave me a lot of energy to start my own business. Y'all guys have gave me the reassurance that I can do this, right? And so I'm ready to convert and do this full time. And I think I'm very close to that. I'm very close to that. Kazi, what's up, bro? He said, let's get it. Yes, sir. And Will Hayes said, what's up, bro? Will says, would you trade David Montgomery for Deebo Samuel? If you deep at running backs, bro. But listen, David Montgomery might not be a top 5 running back for the rest of this year, but he's going to be good. So if you trade him for Deebo Samuel, you need to make sure that you're going to be able to use Deebo Samuel and you're not going to bench him any weeks. You're going to make sure that Deebo is going to be out there. And when Deebo don't give you a big game in his IU, you can't get upset. So to me, bro, in the Valkyrie, I'm not doing it. I'm going to hold on to a running backs. Running backs, you got to have a lot of them. They like a bachelor. You got to have a lot of girls on deck to find out which one you really going to need at the end. That's how I believe about how you need to have running backs on your team. You need to be deep at running back. He says, I'll be receiving the Samuels. Got you. My running backs are Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Isaiah Pacheco, Devon Achane, Kareem Hunt. Yes, you are deep. So if I trade David Montgomery, I would get somebody else. I would get like a Jalen Waddle or somebody, a better wide receiver that's more reliable than Deebo, right? Derv, boy, he said, what's good, bro? What's good with you, bro? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Brian says, won in all my leagues this week. Shout out to bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm not perfect, but I try to help y'all guys out, right? That's what it's about. I don't know everything, right? And Zach says, get rid of Ridley. Yes, I talked about that, and I'm not going to say it because I got Daniel Jones on a lot of my teams, and my teams, they are fine. I got a couple leagues, probably about 3 or 4 where I'm 1-3, but then the other ones I'm 3-1. So I'm doing very well, and I know how fantasy changes. So I just got to keep making my starts and sits, and everything going to be fine. But Ridley was a guy that I was worried about. So I'm not going to try to take a victory lap, but I told y'all that Ridley is volatile. There's a lot of mouths to feed. I don't think it's just really is a bad wide receiver. It's just too many good guys on this team, and this team can beat you either way. That's why I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be okay. He can hyper-target Ingram. He can hyper-target Christian Kirk. He can hyper-target Ridley. He can hyper-target Travis Etienne. And he can hyper-target Zay Jones. Guys, there's a lot of mouths to feed, so you just can't think Ridley was going to be an alpha guy, right? Got to look at game script. And Nifty says, Howell or Dobbs need to stream a quarterback this week. I'm going Dobbs. I'm going Joshua Dobbs. He showed me too much. He's matchup proof. He played good against the Cowboys. He played good against the Giants, which that's not a bad thing. I mean, Giants defense is not like that. But he haven't had a bad game. So, I mean, this is a 4-game trend. So you got to trust it. Now, I told y'all the seasons are broken down into quadrants. Every 4 weeks, things are changing. And then if you see somebody do something for 4 weeks in a row, then you have to believe it. You have to believe it. You can't sit there and say, I don't know about this. It could be a fluke. 4 games is enough to prove it. Now, listen, that don't mean you're going to go to the playoffs, but you can't trust what a team has put out in 4 games. So I'm trusting Joshua Dobbs. Zach Juice says, who should I try to get? Shoot, bro. And then we're not talking waivers, right? You just talking about like a trade. I say Jalen Waddle. I've been on Jalen Waddle. I'm telling a lot of people to go get Jalen Waddle. I see a great buying opportunity for Jalen Waddle. Kazi says, I'm ready to drop Antonio Gibson. Yes. I've been got off him. Week 2, I got off of him. Then you might say, well, that ain't 4 games. That was terrible. I can't, I'm a 0 RB guy. So sometimes on running backs, if it don't look good, I got to keep it moving. I can't wait on running backs. I got to keep it moving because my running backs are very low tier guys because I got killer wide receivers. I got Cooper Kupps and Tyreek Hills and DK Metcalfs and Jamar Chase. I got one Jamar Chase league and Justin Jefferson's. I got those top wide receivers. I don't have Derrick Henry's and I have maybe one Nick Chubb or no CMCs. I don't have not one Sheriff CMC on none of my teams. Maybe I think I got one CMC in best ball league. So I have to go and work the waiver wire and find running back. So I can't be patient and wait on these guys to hit like Antonio Gibson or AJ Dillon. I couldn't wait on them. He says my options are Kendre Miller or Kincaid. 14-man league in 3rd place. Got you. My options are Kendre Miller or Kincaid. 14-man league. So you want to pick up one of those guys? You can pick up Kendre Miller, but man, Alvin Kamara is the guy. Unless Alvin Kamara goes down, then Kendre Miller. And then if Alvin Kamara goes down, Taysom Hill will be getting a lot of work. Taysom Hill will get to work. So if Alvin Kamara ain't getting to work, Taysom Hill going to get work. And who wants a backfield when Taysom Hill's coming in and and sniping touchdowns at the quarterback position. That's a little bit raggedy, right? Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Kev, so what up, TD? Believing you doing this full time, bro. Thoughts on Garrett Wilson? I think he's going to be fine. I think you got to be patient with him. This fantasy, you got to be patient. That's why I'm not big on dropping guys. I drop guys after maybe 4 games, and it depends on then, right? But 4 games, they tell me what a guy is. In 4 games, Garrett Wilson, they gave you some boom games. So you got to be like, you know what? Out of these 4 games, I got to be patient with him. He might start booming. Zach Wilson is getting better, right? You got to make those type of decisions. All right, guys. So let me go over a few as the comments build back up. I'm going to go over a couple guys that I want to talk about for this week. Matter of fact, I might just start off with the obvious. I want to talk about Daniel Jones. And that guy I know you might say, well, TD, we know that you don't have to explain anything with Daniel Jones. We know that he could change and whatever, but I have trolls that are sitting back. I'm going to start blocking. Guys, if you see some of my moderators, I think y'all have the power to do it. If you see guys that are sitting back waiting for one video for something for me to be wrong on, now listen, I did have a guy, and I love the way he did this. He said, TD, man, Daniel Jones ain't playing good, bro. You know, you hit on a lot of things and blah, blah, blah. I just can't wait on the blah, blah, blah. I thought that was very genuine. It wasn't like, well, there you go. You off. Same energy. When you didn't say that about Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. You didn't say that about a lot of guys that I've been right. Tyreek Hill. Just a lot of players that I've been right on. So if you're sitting around waiting for me to be wrong, I'm not going to address that. I'm not going to address that energy. But if you are a real true subscriber and you want to say, hey, TD, man, this right here, I played this guy. This is the reason why. I think I'm moving on from him. I don't think this guy look good, man. This guy's hurting my team. I'm like, yeah, bro, I've been off. I'm wrong. But I'm not going to take anybody to sit around waiting for me to be wrong just because I'm a guy up here doing YouTube and it looks like it's easy. He don't got that many subscribers, so I'm gonna target him because the big channel's not even gonna hear you. They make mistakes all the time. They don't give you no risk or anything. So I just wanted to start off by talking about that. But yes, guys, it doesn't look good. But now listen, I'm holding on to Daniel Jones. I'm holding on to him. Now you can move on you can move from him, and I understand that. That's fine. Also, I like Darren Waller because there's not a lot of tight ends out there. So I just wanted to give that caveat. And it might be a couple other guys. Guys, that video is coming, but sometimes I don't have time to sit down and talk about stuff in the past. I got to keep moving forward. We got to win these weeks. So I don't got time to sit down, but I do want to be genuine and hold myself accountable. So, but anyway, guys, let's talk about some quarterbacks. The first quarterback is CJ Stroud. God, CJ Stroud, if I got CJ Stroud, I'm holding on to him. This could be like Justin Herbert when he was a rookie. This is probably Justin Herbert as a rookie. Let me give you something to drink, guys. Okay. So CJ Stroud is the upper echelon quarterback. You can trade him if you got him on your team, if you got him as a backup quarterback to get something, but you better get something nice. Don't give him up from no chopped liver. I always tell y'all about chopped liver. I got to do a video called chopped liver, right? Because I always use that term. But I love CJ Stroud. He's probably going to be better than some of your starters. He right now looks like he's going to be better than Daniel Jones. I'm not going to cap. So I'm not going to drop him on the team that I got Daniel Jones on. I'm going to hold him pat because my quarterback's not playing good. Even if I got a Pat Mahomes or somebody, what if they go down? And then you don't want to be like, man, I traded CJ Stroud. Now I got to work the waiver and play Baker Mayfield. That's on you. That's on you. So you got to figure out either I'm going to hold CJ or I'm going to go get something real pretty for him, right? That's what I'm saying. Like if you trade CJ Stroud, get you something pretty for him. Moving on, guys. Excuse me. Matthew Stafford. Guys, that type of offense where he's passing the ball that much, you can't get a better fantasy backup quarterback than that. This is a guy that's throwing the ball around like 45th of time. He's throwing the ball a lot of times, guys, and I love that. So that's why Puka Nacua, I still think it's going to be okay when Cooper Kupp comes back. And I think Tutu going to be a good play. And you know what Cooper Kupp going to be, right? So I'm Matthew Stafford with the volume that he's throwing the ball. I love him, guys. Hold on to Matthew Stafford if you got him as a backup, and if you want to stream him for matchups, you can do that. I'm not big into matchups, but if you got a lower tier quarterback and you want to stream for matchups, that's fine. Next is Josh Dobbs, and I just talked about Josh Dobbs in the question. Josh Dobbs is that man. His guys, you see how football changed? Josh Dobbs was chopped liver for what, 6 or 7 years? He was a backup for Pittsburgh. Nobody wanted him. They said he looked weird. He just smart, all that stuff. Now look what he's done. That's the way life works. If early when I was in high school, I was a job, and I mean that like I'm playing football, being heavily recruited, playing running back, and then my cousin goes and throw drugs on me, and my life takes a turn where I'm almost homeless, basically staying with my father for 15 years because I can't get a job because they saying I'm a drug dealer. All this stuff is on my record, and I'm fighting for my freedom. And y'all know I released my documentary. It's called The Little Boy That Could. So you can look that up if you want to. It is on my channel. And he ain't gonna be nothing. And I was a black sheep of the family. And then stuff turned around. And now I got a good job. I got my own YouTube. I'm investing money. I'm doing things, and people they starting to hate now. And that's how life is. And look at Josh Dobbs. So that's why and same thing with fantasy. Life goes like that in waves. That's why I say right now, the players that are playing bad, they might be guys that can win you a league. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Listen, I told y'all not to draft him at the draft capital because of them like being a phenom for the whole season, like a Tyreek Hill. But in the fantasy football playoffs, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, everybody gonna say, I wish y'all should have kept them. Look at them now, and I believe that probably is gonna happen. So I want to be fair to that, but I'm not going to. Y'all got to be able to win the weeks. You can't wait to week 10. Your team you're gonna be outside of the playoffs. So I just want y'all to be patient with that. So look at Josh Dobbs, guys. Next is Zach Wilson. That's another one. Listen, I'm not saying that Zach Wilson right now is going to be some type of phenom to come out of nowhere and he's the number one quarterback in the league. But Alex Smith had a similar type career. They bench Alex Smith for a bunch of quarterbacks, and they would play bad, and they would put Alex back in. And then all of a sudden, Jim Harbaugh comes in and coaches them and says, this is what he says. That's what I told y'all. It's mental. That's what I'm here for. Y'all know fantasy football. Y'all know stars and sits just like I do because you've been playing it just as long as I have. Or know sports like I do too, right? I'm nice with knowing sports, but y'all nice too. But the thing is, I get y'all psychology. Play your guys, play your studs. And that's what he told Alex Smith. He said, listen, you my quarterback. You one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And Alex Smith, ever since then, he's been an upper echelon quarterback and finished his career on a strong note with a good bag. Going to the playoffs on all the ways, having a great pass ratio. So Zach Wilson, guys, could turn around. I'm not telling you to go buy low. Then you can buy low on them in Dynasty, or you can hold off to them, or you can keep your eyes on them. But this offense could turn around. And I told y'all to hold on to Breach Hall, and Garrett Wilson was in chopped liver. And last but not least is Sam Howell. I got to give Sam Howell some credit. Sam Howell is a quarterback that I would say he's learning on the fly. To throw 5 picks or 4 picks and then turn around and have a game like he did, I got to give that man some credit. That's toughness. And I think Daniel Jones is tough too. He didn't never give up, and he never chastised his coach, even though his coach was calling him out in front of everybody on TV. But that's neither here nor there. Sam Howell, same thing. I'm like, bro, damn, you look good today. Okay, throwing the ball to Jahan Dotson for a touchdown to go to overtime, that takes a lot of guts. Football is like, that's why I love football. It's like life. It's tough. You got to practice every day. It's hard. People criticizing you, but you got to push through. You got to wake up with that feeling in your gut and got to push through, right? That's what real life is about. Let me answer some of the comments here. Let me see. Do we got enough? Okay. Dirk Boy says, I traded A-Chain for Waddle before A-Chain last game. Okay, I already have McCaffrey, Walker, Ford, Gainwell, Jonathan Taylor, Hunt, and Latavius. Do you think I made a mistake? No, you didn't. Now, listen, A-Chain is going to be good, but this is a Waddle team. They want Waddle to eat too. I actually think that's a great move. Now, A-Chain, listen, man, I got to be honest, because we got to look at the time that you did it. A-Chain might go out and be a top 5 running back, but you got Waddle. You made the move. Sometimes 2 people can win. It don't gotta be I killed it, I finessed them. Every move don't gotta be a finesse move. Some moves can be an even kill move. And I want to be fair to you. You just don't look at hindsight and wait and look at the results. Yes, that matters, and you might have to assess that at the end of the year. But with Waddle, unless Waddle gets hurt, bro, that's a great move. You got an upper echelon wide receiver on that same offense. Waddle right now just not fully healthy. I think he's going to be great. That's why I believe he's a great buy low. No, I don't think you made a mistake. I think you made a move. You did what you need to do. You already got a lot of good running backs. You got McCaffrey. Nifty says, would you hold on to JSN or pick up Dotson? Wilson and Downs are on waivers. I wouldn't wait on JSN right now. I keep my eye on him, but if I don't got a lot of bench spots, I'm not waiting on him. If you can pick up Dotson, you said Wilson and Downs on waivers. Is that Garrett Wilson? I'm probably going to Garrett Wilson over Dotson. I'm going to, especially how Zach Wilson looking better, man. That game is going to do something. That might change his career, man. He outplayed Pat Mahomes. I don't care what nobody say. He outplayed Pat Mahomes. Zach Wilson outplayed Pat Mahomes. Hey, that's the worst game I ever saw Pat Mahomes play in my life. Pat Mahomes is a big-time quarterback, and on his way, he could be a GOAT. Everybody have bad games, so I'm not trying to sit here and try to say something wrong with Pat, but those 2 picks that he threw was Zach Wilson type picks, and he's held to a higher standard, so I'm going to judge him to a higher standard. Now, he's way past Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson got 5 years to play great before he can get on Pat Mahomes' level, but I would get Garrett Wilson, man. I like what I seen out of Zach Wilson. So I would Breach Hall. I've been telling y'all to buy low on Breach Hall. Buy low on Breach Hall. And I also told y'all to buy low on Nico too. Hopefully y'all are buying low on these guys. But Garrett Wilson is a guy that I think you should be picking up now that you've seen what Zach Wilson is doing, and also Breach Hall. I like Dotson, but I like Wilson better than Dotson. Let me see. He said, would you feel comfortable trading Gabe Davis for Jonathan Taylor? Davis stars in my flex. My other wide receivers are Justin Jefferson. Is that Justin Jefferson? London and Elijah Moore. Would you feel comfortable trading Gabe Davis for Jonathan Taylor? Yes. Yes, I would do that. I would trade Gabe Davis for Jonathan Taylor. Because he should be a wide receiver 3 on your team. Now, if he's a wide receiver 2, you better be careful because you don't want to go and you got weak wide receivers because you traded a wide receiver 2 on your team and then Jonathan Taylor is starting off slow and you losing weeks because of that. But if he's a wide receiver 3, bro, that's a great trade. I mean, you killed it. That's an A+. The other guy, that's a C-, maybe even a D, because he's getting rid of Jonathan Taylor for a number 3 type wide receiver that's volatile. Davis stars in my flex. Let me see. Yeah, Gabe Davis stars in my flex. Okay, my other wide receivers are Justin Jefferson and London Elijah Moore. Right. Ooh, man, your wide receivers ain't that strong, bro. But maybe you got Justin Jefferson, so I get it. But London Elijah Moore, they okay. But I would try to keep working the waiver wire, especially with Elijah Moore. He makes me nervous. Kazi said my running backs are ETN, Swift, A-Chain, and Hill. Okay, bro, you got a good running back squad. I love Swift and A-Chain are balling. Will Hayes says pick one PPR, Pacheco, A-Chain, or Montgomery. Bro, A-Chain and Montgomery. So I'm gonna say A-Chain. You got to keep riding A-Chain. You got to ride that wave until you see something else. I'm not gonna tell you to get off no A-Chain. Only way I'm telling you to get off A-Chain is gonna have to be CMC, somebody like that, Derrick Henry. I'm not gonna tell anybody to get off of him right now. At this point in time, we know he did it 2 games in a row. We know what it is. Excuse me. Explorer 360. What's up, bro? Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. This is Fantasy After Dark. He said, should I trade Ridley and Jameson Williams for Jonathan Taylor? Ridley and bro, this is a decision that you're gonna have to make. I'm not gonna ride this. I understand it, and I think it's great. It's a great mind that what you're trying to do is a great mentality. Yes, if you strong at wide receivers, go get you a stud running back that has that potential, especially on this offense, especially with AR, because AR is balling. I think they're gonna help each other out. I traded Jonathan Taylor for Antonio Gibson and AJ Dillon. It doesn't look good right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did it because I had a bunch of running backs. I had Nick Chubb, and you see Nick Chubb went down. So I got some running backs that's starting right now for me, and my team is really good. I won this week again. So I needed to make room on my team. I maybe should have targeted a better guy. I thought A.J. Dillon and Gibson would be fine. So that's the decision you're gonna have to make. If you trade those 2 guys, you got to go down with the ship with Taylor. You got to be really willing to take whatever happens. Oh, I'm okay with it. I don't care if he don't ball out, if he quits, if he gets traded. You got to be willing to take that. But I think the initial move and the initial thinking is great, bro. I like that move, especially if you deep at wide receiver and you're getting off Ridley. Marco, what's up, bro? He said streaming defense this week. Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Thank you for putting it in there, guys, because I haven't got to the matchups yet. I have to take things and, I have to just look at waivers. I can't go and look at everything. I got too much going on right now. So thank you for putting the matchups up there. This is Baltimore at Pittsburgh or Detroit at home versus Carolina. Love the show. Thank you. Anytime, bro. I got you. It's a rival game. You got to be careful with rival games. I'm going to say Detroit against Carolina. I love Baltimore defense. They very talented, but that's a rival game, and they just not going to lay down. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, so Baltimore defense will score good, but Mitchell Trubisky is a veteran. He could go out and have one good game, right? So I want to be careful with that because they're not going to lay down to no Baltimore. TJ Watt's going to be ready to play. It's just a rival game, man. Anything. I'm from Carolina, from North Carolina, right? Duke and Carolina play each other, and I've been a Duke fan for my whole life. Since I was born in 86, so since about 1992, 91, I've been a Duke fan. And times where I would say Carolina look like they're gonna whoop us, right? They got Antoine Jameson and Vince Carter, and they got all these top NBA draft picks, and we would go out there and whoop them. And we wouldn't have maybe one NBA guy that's gonna be drafted in the second round, but we would move the ball around and we would get up for that game. So I just be careful about rival games. So I'm going with Detroit. Detroit defense, man. Aiden Hutchins looked like he's him. So I'm gonna say against Carolina, I'm gonna go with Detroit, bro. Great question though. A-Game Grizzo, what's up, bro? He says, who do you like more out of Barkley or ETN? I'm like Barkley more. I like Barkley more. Now ETN's looking good, man. He's looking like he's gonna be a really good running back for this season. He's surprising a lot of people. I didn't draft any ETN, but he's looking good. I got to give credit where credit is due. So I'm choosing Barkley because Barkley's gonna get all that. They need Barkley, and it's often what the Giants gonna have to do is go to practice and just try to and be tough and say we're gonna run block everybody. We ain't playing no games. Carolina did it last year. Remember, Carolina was losing a lot of games, and then their coach got fired, and then he went and said, "Listen, we're gonna be tough." And that offensive line started balling. They was moving guys. That was a number one run offense in PFF. For about 3 or 4 weeks, almost went to the playoffs. I think that's what the Giants are going to have to do. They're going to have to get tough and say, listen, we're giving it to Barkley. We're getting it out quick to Barkley, and we're going to take a couple shots a game with max protection. So I think that's going to be building Barkley's value up because they're going to be running the ball a lot. They're going to go to a power run game. They're going to have to because this team cannot pass block for Daniel Jones. ETN is going to be catching a lot of passes. He's going to be solid, but I'm going to say Barkley, bro. Nifty says, no, that was Michael Wilson. And okay, Michael Wilson and Dotson. Okay. Thank you for putting that in the chat. Let me see. Man, I'm going to go Dotson, but slightly. I love Michael Wilson. He's going to be, when I go to the wide receivers, I'm going to talk about Michael Wilson. I like Michael Wilson. That's been one of my stash guys the whole season. I've been telling a lot of people about Michael Wilson. So I'm gonna say Dotson, but it's close, bro. Dotson he had that touchdown that saved him. So I'm gonna say Dotson, man. But if you wanted to go Wilson, I wouldn't be mad at you after seeing 4 games of what Dotson been like. That he hasn't been hyper targeting Dotson. I don't know if he somehow ever will hyper target Dotson. So I want to say that Michael Wilson is getting hyper targeted by Joshua Dobbs. Not hyper targeted, but he's targeting him for touchdowns and giving him targets as a rookie. Silence. He said, no, he meant Michael Wilson. Okay, got you. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Silence. And Zach Seaman says, flex Jalen Waddle versus Giants or Brian Robinson versus Bears. I'm going with Brian Robinson versus the Bears. That Bears defense can't stop a nosebleed. I love Jalen Waddle against the Giants. I like anybody on that offense for Miami Dolphins. I like Mostert. I like A-Chain. I like Waddle. I like Tyreek Hill and Tua. I like those guys every week. They just had one bad game. I mean, it happens. It's fantasy football. There's no way CMC, guys, if he go for 30 point, 40 point every single game, he's going to be a phenom. And not just a fantasy football Hall of Famer, but he'll be a real life Hall of Famer. I've never seen, even Christian McCaffrey, his third year, he had 2 games where he went below like 20 points. So it was like 14 and then 12. It's hard to go for 30, 40 points every single week because teams are going to game plan against you. So, but I'm gonna go with Brian Robinson, bro. I'm going with the running back that's gonna get all the honey touches. Silence says you all right, man. Robust wide receiver. Robust wide receiver is the way to go. Trying to get that most wide receivers ones and the height and wide receiver twos as starters and win your flex. There you go. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying when I say zero RB. That's why I didn't draft CMC. I love CMC. CMC was a great player. If he don't, I can't take that risk. I can't take that risk. I love what you're saying, Silence. I can't say it any better than that. Cheers, bro. Okay. Mitchell, what's going on, Mitchell? He says, hey, mate, what's up, bro? He says, quarterback Dobbs on my waivers. I can pick him up. My quarterback is Daniel Jones. Start Dobbs or Jones. Bruh, I'm not going to be biased. I'm biased and myself. Well, I don't know. I haven't got to that yet. I still like Daniel Jones, but you got to start Dobbs. He's played way too good for me to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all some crazy stuff just because I like Daniel Jones. I'm not doing that. Like I said, I make mistakes, but I'm willing to stand on my mistakes because I think I make very great assessments. I'm willing to go down with a ship because I'm not going to be biased. I'm not biased. I'm a human, but I'm not biased on anything. And even when I make mistakes, I own them and I'm ready to live through them, right? As long as I'm being respected as a human. But, bruh, Dobbs all day. He's played 4 great games, and you see what he did to the Cowboys? The Cowboys came out, and that defense is good. That dude, he balled. That dude, ain't no team. Look at what he did against the San Francisco 49ers. That, bruh, he matchup proof. Ain't no team gonna stop him. I haven't seen it yet. When he come across that, then we'll see it. Dobbs might be a league-winning quarterback if you can get him and then trade your top quarterback. Now, listen, I wouldn't tell you to do that because we don't know what Kyler Murray is going to do. But if you got Dobbs and then you trade, say you got Pat Mahomes, and you trade Pat Mahomes for CMC or Tyreek Hill and build your team, and then you roll Dobbs out, and Dobbs end up being a top 12 quarterback, finishing top 5 some weeks. That's a league-winning move. Dobbs could be a league-winning quarterback. We got to realize that right now. I don't think Kyler Murray, they're going to sit Dobbs. And either what happens to Dobbs, guys, listen, Dobbs got a 10-year career now. That's how life works. Dobbs was a guy that he probably wasn't going to be in the NFL no more. After these 4 games, they just did it. They was like, look, we ain't got Cope McCoy. We ain't got nobody else. So we're going to get Dobbs for 3 weeks, and then we'll cut him. And Dobbs, I played into another – guys, he going to get 20 million, 30 million. He getting 30 million next year from somebody if they don't want him. So Dobbs is a guy that I'm having. He says also Wilson is available. Michael Wilson, yep. And I'm just chasing a decent quarterback to be with me until Jones fires, bro. Dobbs is the one. Now, if you got C.J. Stroud out there, go get C.J. over Dobbs. But if Dobbs there, hey, it's okay to ride him out, bro. I'm okay with that. And Michael Wilson, go after him. If you need a wide receiver, I would go and pick up Michael Wilson. Chris Steezy, what's up, bro? He says, trade Christian Watson for Judy or Sutton. I'm not trading Christian Watson. I'm not doing that, bro. But listen, I want to answer the question. I'm going to tell you I'm not doing it. But if I would do it, it would be for Judy. But that's not a good trade. That's a terrible trade in my mind. So I'm just going to be fair. I'm not going to sit here and just tell you to do something just to do it. I think Christian Watson is going to be a league-winning player. That boom. Jordan Love, they need him, man. This Jordan Love looks good. I don't know what y'all watching. Then he struggled where he wasn't getting the ball out of his hand. It kind of looked like Daniel Jones. But then he pushed through. And Daniel Jones couldn't push through with his team. Like Jordan Love pushed through and gave the game a fight. So I like Christian Watson. That's just too explosive. That's too much good honey targets for me to go to a Judy and a Sutton. Like Sutton is fine. Sutton been playing good, but I like Christian Watson. Zach Seaman says Nico Collins, Jalen Waddle, or Zay Flowers. At this point in time, bro, you got to keep balling with Nico. Now I love Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle in a vacuum, bro, is the best player right now out of that list. Jalen Waddle is phenomenal, but Nico Collins got the sauce right now. I told y'all even when he had it back, because guys, you don't worry about one bad game. That's just a game script. Don't run from guys because they give you one bad game. Look at 4-game trends. If guys go 30 points, 20 points, 8 points, 10 points, then that guy's a good player. Don't say, well, he went for 10 and he went for 8. Bro, that was a game script. That's a game script. No, he went for 2 games back-to-back 20 and 30 for the first 2 weeks, and then he had like a bad week, and then he bounced back again and had a really good week. No, I'm going with Nico. But Jalen Water is close. It's not that far off. Zay Flowers is a good player, but he's not with those two guys. Not yet. Zach Juice says, who are going to be the league winners? Bro, that's a great video. I need to go do that because I kind of do league winners where they change almost every week. Like, look at A-Chain. A-Chain all of a sudden became a league winner in 1 week. So I kind of, to keep up with the algorithm, because I don't like saying league winner, but that kept my channel down in the past where I wouldn't make those type of videos. And these guys that was making league winning type titles, their videos was hitting. So I had to say league winners. And, you know, I don't know if it sounds disingenuous, but that's what the algorithm catches. I'm just going to give you a couple. Let me look through and give you a couple league winners that I would say. I think Christian Watson is one. As of right now, bro, I gotta say DeAndre Swift is one. I don't know how long he stays healthy, but I gotta, as in today, week 5, I gotta say DeAndre Swift is one. Who else? We know B. John Robinson, that doesn't count. Puka Nacua is a league winner. Right, I gotta say, even if he goes and trend down a little bit, once Cooper Kupp comes, he's a league winner, guys. He was a waiver wire guy. Puka Nacua was a waiver wire guy. AR-15, Anthony Richardson. I think he's a league winner. Where you drafted him at, you actually could have got him right around the time you got Daniel Jones, or even worse. You could, I mean, not worse, but even farther down. And let me see. Let me give you two more league winners. Let me see. 2 more league winners. 2 more league winners. Let me see. Here. Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk is one. I think Brandon Ayuk is a league winner. And one more. Let me see here. One more. I would have to go with James Cook. I think James Cook is a league winner. I think where you drafted him at, I think he's going to be good. He's on a good offense. Running backs that are on top of the end offenses are really good for you. Sometimes you ain't got to be that good. If your offense is getting in the red zone and in the green zone every time, then guys, the green zone is the 5-yard line. I just want people to know that. The green zone is the 5-yard line. So when you get to the green zone and running backs are getting carries, that's what you want. And that boy is very explosive. So I wouldn't want a better running back outside of CMC. James Cook is the guy because that's a top-end offense. Steven said, yo, TD, what is your thought on Raheem Mostert? I'm nervous. I got him in 2 leagues. I didn't draft him early. I drafted him late. Excuse me, because I'm a 0 RB guy, right? So once I get to a certain level in my draft, I got to start just taking shots on running backs because I already got my wide receivers and tight ends and quarterback. I'm nervous. Now, it's not that I'm worried about A-Chain scoring. That A-Chain do him, but that dude fumbled. So why were they going to sit there and wait on you when A-Chain out here balling? 8 carries for 100 yards. That makes me nervous, bro. Sometimes, guys, you've seen it throughout the history of fantasy football. Sometimes guys could be balling so good that this veteran is a good player. He can start on 95% of the teams, but that guy in front of him is so good and so tremendous that they have to go with the superstar. And I'm not saying A-Chain's a superstar, but he could be, right? He's balling. He had 2 back-to-back 100-yard games. And Raheem Mostert fumbled. And when you fumble, you giving a reason for your coach to bench you. Now, listen, I like Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniels not just going to get rid of Raheem Mostert like he's chopped liver because he got them to a good spot for A-Chain to be able to come in off the health issue. So Mostert now, if he go out here and he fumble again or he have a bad game and they hitting him in the backfield and A-Chain is busting off long runs, I'm going to be nervous. So if you want to get off of Mostert, I wouldn't do it right now, but I will maybe wait for another Booth game. But I'm going down with the ship because I got a 0 RB deal. So I'm just going to squeeze him for whatever I can get out of it and keep it moving and keep working the waiver wire. Travis Looney says, late live, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got tomorrow off. My son, he's getting a haircut at the big barbershop. He's been going to his kid barbershop. and where like kind of like they clip it with clippers and like with scissors and stuff, and then he got to go and get the clippers on his head. So I wanted to be there. His mama might get him some type of weak haircut, and I ain't going for that, right? So I took off for today, and so I was like, I'm sitting around thinking. I had fell asleep because I was tired. That's why I got my waiver video out late. So that's why I want to also do this too. But so I'm like, man, I ain't got to work. This is what I'm gonna be doing when I'm doing this full time. I'm gonna be going live all the time. I'm gonna be like putting out lives all the time, guys. So I said, let me go live and chop it up with the guys and see what's going on and see how many people actually come in here. But appreciate you, bro. Kaz said, do I pick up Joshua Dobbs or Sam Howell to back up my Justin Fields? I would say Joshua Dobbs over Sam Howell. Yep, Joshua Dobbs. And he says, I feel you. I'm thinking the same way, same thing, bro. Just wanted another opinion. Anytime, bro. Anytime. I got you. Appreciate you. 619 Bengals fan. What's up, bro? He says, bro, man, Tank Dell and Tutu didn't do it for me this week. I got to bench them this week. If you got good players, man, but let me know who you got in front of them. Because sometimes, bro, it's game script, you know? But I want to know who you got in front of Tank Dell and Tutu. Because Tutu got 9 targets. Tutu got 9 targets. So you bitching a guy with 9 targets. So you got to look at that. Like, if you going to start T. Higgins? Did you start T. Higgins if he got the week that he had 0 catches? You like, oh, I don't care about that. Well, give Tutu the same respect. Listen, at this point, it's 4 games in here, man. You got to give guys the same respect. If they getting the targets, it's just game script. He said, I got Nico Collins and A-Chain. Okay, all right, that's fine. Way to give me context. That's good context right there. I understand that. Hey, that's crazy how my live is flowing good late at night, ain't it? It ain't bad. It ain't stopping or freezing. I don't like that shit, guys. That makes me angry. Like, I'm doing lives at 6 or 7 o'clock in the day when I need it to go smooth, and now it's going smooth because it's late night. And I actually heard a guy when I called in Spectrum, they actually said, man, the later you go, the better your lives will be. And I'm like, that's why, guys, I got to move. I got to find me some fiber to make sure my lives go a lot smoother like they are right now. Okay, let me go over the running backs. First is Jaleel McLaughlin. Now, listen, I know a guy, my homeboy Isaac, great guy, been following my channel for a long time. He's like, TD, man, you told me to drop Jaleel. Yeah, bro, because we got to keep it moving. I'm a 0 RB guy. I can't tell you to hold on. Like right now, it might be a guy on the bench right now that might end up being a good player for week 8. I can't tell you to hold on to him. You got to keep it moving. You got to go work the waiver wire. You might have to pick up an A-Chain or something. So you got to drop a guy sometimes. So I don't know ahead of the curve where I know this guy's that's a 3rd string running back gonna end up starting. I can't predict that type of stuff. So I just wanted to use that in context. But right now, Jaleel is a 1-week starter. That's all he is. And listen, if he play really good, Samar GP Ryan might not even really have a job. Maybe it'd be Javonte and Jaleel once Javonte comes back. So Jaleel could be good, but I don't think he's gonna be a top stud like no Devon A-Chain. But anything is possible. But as far as in right now, today, Jaleel McLaughlin is a good start, right? He's a good start. So that's what I would say. Jaleel for this week, he's a good start. I don't think Javonte is going to play. Next is Cam Akers. He's a great stash. I'm watching him and Alexander Madison compete. If anything happen to Alexander Madison, I got a RB1 with the volume that he's going to get. Anything happen to Alexander Madison, you got an RB1. Gus Edwards. Listen, I know a lot of people might not like Gus Edwards or say Lamar going to snipe him, but listen, this is a running back that's a bell cow that has the average 5 yards per carry for his career. That if he get in the green zone, I'm okay with having him. I'd rather start him than start some of these other guys. Sometimes it's just having guys that on your team that's going to get opportunities. It's not always getting a A-Chain or a big-time name. So these Gus Edwards guys, they go off week to week, and then people say, well, should I pick him up? Bro, he the same guy every week. He just scored this week. That's all it be sometimes. And next is Chuba Hubbard. I love Chuba Hubbard. Right? So I think Chuba Hubbard is going to be a good handcuff for Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is good, but this team doesn't. I don't think Miles Sanders is some type of bell cow. So I'm holding on to Chuba Hubbard in all these that I can because I believe eventually they might move forward to Chuba. And also Miles is hurt right now. I like Chuba all season. I tell people like, listen, hold on to Chuba. Chuba's gonna have some good weeks. He had good weeks with CMC. Chuba had good weeks when CMC was there. Going on to my wide receivers. Let me get to some of the questions. Donnie, what's up, bro? Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel, guys. This is cutting edge content. He said, hey, yo, 4-0 in a 12-man super flex, okay? JJ, Waddle, D. Smith, I like it. Stanford and Goff. Who is Stanford? I don't know who Stanford is. I'm sorry, I got a brain freeze. And Goff, who do you sit? Right now looks like Stanford. I don't know who that Stanford is. I'm not trying to be disingenuous, bro. But I'm not sitting on Justin Jefferson. I'm not sitting on Water. I'm not sitting on Devontae Smith. Those guys, you never sit those guys. Golf, it depends on what quarterback it is. Stafford. Okay, I'm sorry. Stafford. I'm playing Stafford over Golf. I know that's cutting edge, ain't it? But that boy passing that rock. That boy passing that rock on the goal line. And when they get down to the green zone, Stafford passing it. I'm sorry. Golf is they giving it to David Montgomery. Golf is a good quarterback, but for fantasy purposes, he doesn't have a ceiling that Stafford does. So I'm gonna get a little cutting edge. I'm gonna get what I call getting a little cute. I'm gonna say Stafford over Golf. Steven says I picked up Cam Akers and he looked good for the first game with the Vikings. He did. Sometimes you got to get a new beginning, right? Sometimes another man's trash is another man's treasure. I agree with you 100%. Excuse me. I was just about to say live running smooth tonight. Ain't it, bruh? Ain't it, man? I'm pissed at that, bruh. I'm mad. Guys, I told you, and listen, I try not to let that get me down. That's why I don't do a lot of lives. And y'all be like, why are he doing videos in the car? Because the videos in the car hit. They and because even when I record here in my studio, it seems like the internet works for my recording. I'm like, bro, this is a record. Why? This is not live, but it still makes it like get blurry, which is weird. So that's why I just do. I do a lot of videos in my car, and I like that. That's my content. Just to drop vlogging fantasy football. You tell me one fantasy football channel that vlogs. Everybody else in the studio. And y'all be like, TD, when you gonna, something, not all of you, but a lot of you be like, TD, man, when you gonna get in the studio? Why? Because all these other channels, I can't cut my niche. I can't do vlogging fantasy football as long as I'm talking facts. Come on now. But yeah, bro, it looks good tonight, man. I'm happy though. Z, what's up, bro? He said CD for Chase and full PPR. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And the CD Lamb in the next couple weeks probably gonna have a couple better games than Chase. But Chase got to get the balls. I like that move. Actually at this point in time, because now the draft capital don't matter. Like if you didn't draft Chase, they probably didn't pull your team down. Now you can go buy low on him, and I think that'll be a good move. I'm sorry. And Steven says I have Christian Watson. He's still alpha over Dobbs, bruh. It just depends on it's like Jalen Water and Tyreek. Dobbs gonna get more targets. But Christian Watson is that boom guy. He can give you 2 touchdowns and 1 70-yard touchdown. So if you're in a bonus league, you got to have Christian Watson. I think it's 1A, 1B. I think one is a target guy and one is a big play guy. That's what it is. Dobbs is going to get 10 targets and Christian Watson is going to get 7 targets, but it's going to be around the green zone and for big plays. So I like both of them, bro. But Dobbs is going to get more targets. I'll tell you that. Zach says, should I drop Tutu for Michael Wilson? You can. I wouldn't do it because of the quarterback that he's attached to. I wouldn't drop Tutu yet, but you can. I get it. I think they're going to end up being about the same type player as the season goes on. I think Michael Wilson will be getting about 8 targets a game, and I think Tutu will be getting about 8 targets a game, even when Cooper Kupp comes back. This volume of this team, that's going to be a high-flying speed team because they ain't no power run team. They're going to have Kyron Williams catching passes and giving it to Cooper Kupp and Puka and Tutu. That's what they're going to be doing. Matthew Stafford is going to be a top 12 quarterback. So I want to be fair to that. Donnie says, say what you say. You know it, bro. You know it. And Anthony says, puff, puff, pass. That boy said he's smoking. Kazi says, should I trade A-Chain for James Cook? No. I'm not going to tell you to do that. I believe in James Cook. I like James Cook, but I'm not going to tell you to get rid of that sauce right now. I can't go down with that shit. Right? I'm cutting edge, bro. But I can't sit here and you like, TD, you told me to trade A-Chain. I'm not telling you that because I don't want to be rebuttal for that. But I can't really defend that. If that hits, why would you do that? Why would you get off a guy that's giving you the sauce? That's like getting off a stock that's been hit. Nah, I'm gonna go buy a penny stock because I'm gonna sell my Tesla stock and go buy a penny stock. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I can defend that because Tesla's gonna keep going up. They buying cutting edge equipment. So why would I tell you to get off of that when they're gonna keep growing as a stock? So nah, bro. I think A-Chain got the sauce right now. So I will hold on. Now, if you could get like James Cook and Jamar Chase, maybe something like that, but I still wouldn't do it. He says I have Josh Allen as well. Yeah. So now I'm not gonna tell you to do that. I'll just ride out with A-Chain. John, what's up, bro? He said was offered James Cook and Dobbs for Kenneth Walker. I would take that. I would take that, especially if I need wide receiver help. He said I have CMC Montgomery at running back. Okay. So yeah, you really don't really need a running back. But my best wide receiver, yeah, you need a running back. I mean, you need a wide receiver. So yes, I would do that. See if you can get a better wide receiver. But if you can't, Dobbs is gonna be okay. He's gonna get hyper targeted as long as he stays healthy. Do it. Make that trade. Yes, I would do that trade. I would get off Kenneth Walker and I have James Cook and Dobbs. Maybe I would even go for 2 wide receivers. If Hollywood is your best wide receiver, maybe I wouldn't even worry about James Cook. But I think if you make that trade for James Cook, you need to keep James Cook and keep him in your lineup. Don't make a trade to put a guy on your bench. I don't like those type of trades. I like trades that's going to help my team immediately. So I would say if you can start James Cook and Dobbs, then make that trade. All right, guys, I'm going to read a couple. I'm going to go on to the wide receivers, and then I'm going to get to the rest of the questions. And I'll probably be getting out of here before like at least about 1:50 if we can get through everything because I still got to do a couple waivers for my teams. I still ain't went through my waivers. But I appreciate everybody being here. This is awesome. I might be doing more lives like this, guys. Late night live, especially on like holidays. I'll be going live. I'll be going live late, right? Wide receivers. Michael Wilson. Pick him up. I like him. I've been on him the whole season. I think he's a great player. I think he's a great rookie, right? I'm not meaning like great play. He hasn't done anything like a Justin Jefferson. I don't mean it that way, but I believe he's a great pickup. I think that he's going to be the number one alpha on this team. Now, Marquise Brown is the big play guy, but Michael Wilson is the underneath target, strong hand type guy, block, do it all type guy. I love Michael Wilson. Next is Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup, if you need to stream a wide receiver and you don't know who to play, listen, he's the number 2 on Dallas right now over Jalen Tolbert. And a couple other guys. So I like Michael Gallup for a streamable wide receiver. You can pick him up, especially on these bye weeks. Another guy I want to talk about is Wan'Dale Robinson. His volume is picking up. He is the underneath wide receiver. He is getting targeted as a PPR guy. So right now, I like him. I like to pick him up and stash him or buy low in Dynasty or anything like that. Next is Tyler Boyd. Now, listen, I'm not big on any Joe Burrow wide receivers right now because Joe Burrow we know he's injured. But Tyler Boyd is still a great veteran that's coming into a T. Higgins role. He's not going to be T. Higgins, but I think he's coming in as a T. Higgins role. So if you don't have a wide receiver and you want to stream Tyler Boyd, lower your expectations, but you can put him out there. He's very safe. He's very safe other than Joe Burrow's injury. And that's a Jameson Williams. And this is a Jameson Williams bid tonight. Like everybody's going to try to get Jameson Williams that left him on the waivers for this long. So if you want Jameson Williams, I think he's a good pickup. I think as the season go on, you will have a really good player. I don't think he's going to hurt Amon-Ra, but I think he's going to have some big plays on his offense. Now, when it's going to happen, I don't know. Jahmyr Gibbs don't get a lot of opportunities. He's a big play guy. Jameson Williams might not get that many opportunities. So it might be Amon-Ra and David Montgomery, the only guys that you can count on for his fantasy and Laporta. So you got to be conscious of that. All right, let me get to the rest of these comments. I got a couple comments in here. Chris Stevens said, I got Fields and Cousins. Do I try upgrading to Hurts? Yes, if you can. I would do that. Kirk Cousins is going to be good. He's hyper-targeting Justin Jefferson. He's going to have some big games. But if you can get Hurts, I'm going to do that. He said, I got offered Hurts for Fields and Nakua. I got offered Hurts for Fields. Okay, they wanted Fields and Nakua, bro. I'm doing. if you got a good wide receiver core, I'm doing that. I'm getting that Hurts. That's a bell cow on a very talented offense, right? He's a bell cow. Like as a running back, he's a bell cow. He's getting all those goal line opportunities. I'm going to get that over Fields. I'm not holding on to no Fields. People waiting on Fields to do something. Now listen, I don't want to be disingenuous because things do change, but if he ain't running the ball, he's just not going to be throwing everybody open like that. That's not going to happen. So they need to run the ball. If they was running the ball, I would say something different. John says, thanks for your input. New subscriber. Thank you, bro. Thank you for being here late night. Appreciate you. Chris T says, I got JJ Devontae Watson. Yeah, I will go get that Hurts. Kaji said, would you trade Gabe Davis for Damian Pierce? If I needed a running back, if I needed an RB2, if I was weak at RB2, I would do it. But you can trade Gabe Davis for a lot of little nice pieces like that. But yeah, I would do it if I needed an RB2. I think Damian Pierce is on a good offense, so that he's going to be okay. Chris, he says, I tried offering Watson and Fields, but he likes Dobbs more. Okay. I try offering Watson and Fields, but he likes Dobbs more. Let me see. Yeah, man. I don't know what Watson you're talking about. I don't know if it's Deshaun Watson or Christian Watson. But if he wants Dobbs, I wouldn't do it. It just depends on what I got on my squad. It just depends on what I got on my squad, bro. All right, so let me get through these. I got a couple of tight ends, and then if there's no more questions, guys, I guess we'll get ready to get out of here. But this live been one of my best lives. I love these. I love this live. It ain't been a lot of influx, a lot of people, but it's been very precise. And I appreciate y'all showing the love this late at night. It lets me know my channel is growing. Tight end says, and guys, make sure you go to the comment section and post whatever you think, right? Like I said, you can say anything as long as you're respectful. This channel, I don't want bad energy. I don't want bad energy. So what I'm saying is, you can, if I'm wrong on stuff, you can post it. You just, hey, TD man, this was happened. Hey, this is what's going on. As long as it's in a perspective manner, I'm good with it. I just don't want nobody trolling my channel. Hey man, you garbage on this. I don't want to. Even sometimes you might even be playing. I don't know if you're playing. I don't need that energy, right? I got a lot of stuff going on. I need to try to produce, but I want to be held accountable. I don't want to be above reproach with like you can't say anything. So guys, go to the comment section, make your comments, flood the comments, spam the comments. Tyler Conklin. Reason why I'm talking about Tyler Conklin because Zach Wilson looked bad. Other than that, I wasn't talking about no Jets. But Tyler Conklin looks good, and quarterback best friend, like a dog, and I don't mean that, no pun intended, is a tight end. I always said that, guys. If you watch quarterbacks develop, the quickest and the easiest throws and the reads are to the tight end. So I like Tyler Conklin. I think as Zach Wilson gets better, Tyler Conklin is going to be better. And Tyler Conklin might be a big time pickup 1 week because he has 2 touchdowns. People are like, listen, man, tight end is volatile, and Tyler Conklin has had 2 or 3 good weeks. So I just want to let you know that ahead of time. Also, Cole Kmet. I always like Cole Kmet, but the offense hasn't looked good. But I think Cole Kmet is going to be Justin Fields' best friend. If Justin Fields have a big game, I think Cole Kmet going to have a big game. I really believe that. So Cole Kmet, he shouldn't be out there on your wave, especially if you got a weak tight end. Another one is Cade Otton. And on what Cade Otton is, this is the last one. But what Cade Otton is, he's getting a lot of snaps. He's getting 95% of the snaps. He's not and running a lot of routes. He's not getting a lot of targets. But Mike Evans going down with the hamstring injury, he might get targets the very next game that they play, right? So Mike Evans got a little bit time to heal, but because they got a bye week. But Cade Otton might get more targets. So I just want to let you know if you want to stream him or if you got him on your team or whatever you might want to do with him. All right, let me get to these comments. Leo says Drake London or Josh Downs on waivers. Drake London. Don't let no Drake London be on no waivers. I don't care what's going on over there. Remember, that's like Gary Wilson being on waivers. Don't let these phenom wide receivers be on the waivers. I don't care what that quarterback situation look like. Tyler Heineke could come in there. Chris Teacher says, Christian, my bad. Okay. Christian Watson, my bad. So I offered Christian Watson and Fields for Hurts. Okay. But he didn't want to take it. Okay. Got you. Yeah. I would get, if he want Dobbs, if you want to get that trade done, I would give him Dobbs and keep Christian Watson. But listen, Don't do it. You go down with your own ship. If you like Dobbs over him, then that's fine. Don't do it. I'm not going to chastise that. But to me, I like both of them. I like Christian Watson and Dobbs. But if I had to give up one, it would be Dobbs. I'm not giving up Christian Watson. That's just me, though. Chris says, hell yeah, bro. I just found you today. For real, your energy, you seem hella educated. Thank you, bro. A lot of people say I'm not educated. A lot of guys, and I want to be fair because this could be in my own mind. But guys, I've been talking fantasy sports for a long time. A lot of guys say I know sports, but they won't say that I'm intelligent, right? They won't say I know, but I know I am. That's why I started my YouTube channel, because I know I was really good at football. As far as knowing football, and I love sports. I think I have a lot of great sports take. That's why I named my channel Fantasy Good Sports, because guys, other sports are coming. I'm going to be doing basketball, baseball, hockey. I'm going to be doing it all. That's the bigger picture of my channel. So that's why I didn't do good fantasy football, good sports football. I did fantasy good sports, because I'm going to be talking about all sports. But I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate the comment. Thank you for tuning in. Share my content with your friends. Share my content with your friends, bro. I appreciate you. Come over. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, my bad. I thought you was on Facebook, because I am streaming to Facebook right now too. But yeah, appreciate you, Chris. Marcus says, Wallace killing me. Is it time to drop him for Jake Ferguson? It's time to go and pick. I wouldn't drop him, but it's time to go pick up another tight end if you need to. I'm not dropping him. He's just too good of a tight end, and they need him. So, but if you want to do that, bro, I'm not gonna kill you for doing that. Do what you got to do. But I think Waller's gonna be good later in the season. Travis says, I like Conklin. What about Jonah Smith? I'm not touching on Jonah. I think that's smoke and mirrors. It's not nothing personal against Jonah. It might be a little bit personal against Ritter, but it's just Ritter can't push the ball downfield, so he's going to the second tight end. Right? I'm not going to go to the second tight end just because he's getting targets for Ritter. I'm not going to do anything that Ritter is showing. Now, listen, only reason why I like Drake London and Kyle Pitts, because they're the number ones on that team. I'm not going to go to like a number 3 or number 4 wide receiver just because the quarterback can't push the ball downfield. I'm not doing that. Right? So I'd rather have a guy like Conklin, who's the number 1 tight end. I'm not chasing no Jonah Smith. Now, listen, if it's a bye week, then you do what you got to do. But don't drop nobody for no Jonah Smith and think he's going to be the number 1 on this team. I would bet 90% of everything I know that Jonah Smith is not going to be nothing consistent. And if he is, listen, anything can happen, right? I'm not always right, but I stand on that. I wouldn't chase that smoke and mirrors right there. Christy said, yes, sir, bro. Nifty says, my Giants need to draft a new quarterback. I always like Jones, but he's not a killer like Stroud. You may be correct. Today is not the day for me to debate with you, Nifty. I disagree, though. But I respectfully disagree to your take. And I will give you that debate. I'll give you probably right. But I don't believe that. I just want to be fair. I can't sit there and talk about what can I say about Daniel Jones today. When I'm breaking the game down as a coach, I still see a good quarterback. I've seen some things that made me think the hits and the pressure may be getting to him, but I didn't see nobody I saw an athletic quarterback that can move. I saw a guy that has a good arm. I also saw a guy that wasn't getting the ball out and wasn't sitting back reading the defenses. And when you see that, it's because his clock has been messed up. As a quarterback, you have a clock. You work out. It's like, and I just want to show y'all this. So when they get grinding you as a quarterback, you got a clock. It's like 1, 2, 3, get the ball out. That's been ruined. He's like 1, 2, and he's actually trying to get the ball out too soon. He's not going through his progressions because he can't go through the progressions because he don't have the weapons or the offensive line to help protect him. So I think he has to be recalibrated, if that's what you want to say. He needs to be calibrated or back again because his clock is messed up. That's what happens to quarterbacks when they get hit. You seen Tom Brady. When he get pressure up the middle, all of a sudden he looked like a below average quarterback. He's not getting the ball out on time. He's just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So, man, you got to understand Daniel Jones has been being hit a lot, man. So you got to give him a little bit of grace. But today, you're right, bro. It is what it is. Brian Daboll, I'm worried about Brian Daboll. I thought Brian Daboll was one of the greatest offensive coordinators that I had saw for what he had did with Josh Allen. And it could be Daniel Jones. But I think Brian Daboll has a lot to do with that. I just don't like the way that scheme was. When did you see what Seattle was doing? They had lost like 4 offensive linemen, and they was running a lot of smoke and mirrors up there to get Geno Smith some time. Daniel Jones was just dropping back in shotgun, like he got a top offensive line or something. I just didn't get that. He said, "What are your thoughts on JT, man? I'm not high on him, but if I got him, if I drafted him, if I can buy low on him, I'm gonna get him. I think it's gonna take a little bit of time for him to get going, but I think here's the caveat: AR, which is Anthony Richardson, is such a good bridge. I think he's gonna help Jonathan Taylor get back situated quicker than most guys that's been out for a while. So just because of AR, I think Jonathan Taylor is gonna be a good pickup. And he's going to be getting a lot of goal line activity, especially because they don't want to get AR hurt. So I like Jonathan Taylor right now. George, what's up, bro? He said, "Do you think I could sell high on Kenneth Walker?" Yes, sir. Yeah, you can sell high on him and get something nice. You could get a Jalen Waddle, and that is why I keep saying Jalen Waddle, because I love Jalen Waddle. He's one of my buy low guys. So when the video comes this week, my buy low video, you know Jalen Waddle is going to be on there. Fudd, what's going on, bro? He says, question: would you rather drop Watson or Dak in order to pick up Stroud? I'm dropping Dak. I have CD if that makes any difference. No, it don't. Not with Dak, because he's a game manager. Also, Kyler on IR, Trailman half PPR. I'm sticking with Stroud. I'm going to get Stroud and I'm dropping Dak. That's what I'm doing. I'm not dropping Watson. Watson got a lot of upside. He's got a big arm. He can run the ball. Then an injury, maybe I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I still think Deshaun Watson is a good quarterback. He's getting better as the weeks go on. You can tell. It took Carson Wentz. Not Carson Wentz. It took Carson Palmer 2 years to get back after he left the league for like a year and a half when he went to Oakland and he didn't want to play for Oakland anymore. He went to Arizona and it took him a couple years to get back. And I think it's taking Deshaun Watson a little bit of time to get back. Is JT going to hold out? I don't think so. If he's practicing, why would you hold out? He also needs to play because he needs to accumulate that wealth. If he holds out and doesn't play, he won't get paid. So he needs to play a couple games at least. I think it's like, I don't know how many games it is. It might be 4 games where he needs to play in order to accumulate his wealth to share his contract. So I don't think he's going to hold out. He might get traded, but I don't think he's going to hold out. Report saying JT still doesn't want to be with the coach. You think he gets traded? He could. I still think he plays because he want to get his bag. I don't think, because if he's not going to go out there and risk getting an injury if he didn't want to play at all. I think he's going to play somewhere. But I do think you need to be wary of that. Something crazy could happen. He could come out and say, "I'm not going to play." I doubt that, because that means he don't want to make any money, right? He can't get his money if he don't go out there and be active. That's just my 2 cents, and that's just what the contract says. He says, "Thank you, man. Anytime, Fudd. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content." Great Scott, what's going on, bro? He said, "What do we do, guys? Drop Henry for Ferguson?" No, I'm rolling with Hunter Henry. Now Ferguson is getting a lot of targets because Dak Prescott, number 1 guy, is usually tight ends. So I want to be fair, but I like Hunter Henry. He said, "RB, drop Moss for Keaton Mitchell." Nah, not for Keaton Mitchell. And Zach Moss is not going to be chopped liver. They're going to still give Zach Moss some carries and stuff, right? He could get traded if Jonathan Taylor stays there. I just don't think Zach Moss had too many good games for them just to treat him like chopped liver. But I'm definitely not trading him for no or dropping him for no Keaton Mitchell. He said, "Why would he drop Dodson for Dobbs?" Yes, I would drop Dodson for Romeo Dobbs. Jameson, Sutton, or Boyd. I would do it for Dobbs over Jameson, Sutton, or Boyd. I would try to stash Jameson, but Sutton and Boyd. Sutton is okay. Sutton is a good player. He got a good floor, about 10 to 12 PPR points. And Boyd is a safe play for his health because of T. Higgins. But Dobbs got the sauce. So if you're gonna drop Dodson, it's got to be for Dobbs or maybe Sutton. Jameson, you got to stash him. You can't drop anybody like that for Jameson because he might not even play that much this week. He might be on the snap count. All right, guys. So I guess I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been a great Fantasy After Dark. That's probably what a series that I call it, Fantasy After Dark. Y'all guys be safe. See y'all later. Peace.
She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some racks on it. Okay, turn me up. They don't wanna smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's toss